I was gonna go along those same lines. If there were opponents to this ordinance that wanted to frustrate the system and just inundate complaints, what could be done to dissuade that?
Well, Carl, there's two tiers to this, and we thought about frivolous complaints.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the public hearing the last time, I kind of said community decay is like pornography. You know it when you see it. Okay? I don't think there's going to be a lot of frivolous complaints.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are going to be absolute legitimate complaints. If there is, the first level goes to the chief of police. He drives by, looks at the place. If he sees there's not a problem, it's not a problem. Okay? If he says it is a problem, and you don't like me, he's never liked me. Okay. Then it goes to the 5-person committee as a second, opportunity for you to appeal your case. If they look at it and say, yeah, you need to clean some stuff up here, this is what's wrong. And they'll probably tell you, yeah, you've got too many junk cars that aren't moving anywhere, you got, whatever you got. They'll probably tell you, what you need to do, or how you can do it.
If I identify a place, either by a complaint or my own observations, that it's obvious to me that this is something that needs to be cleaned up. No, it's not going to result in, okay, you're getting a citation right now, here you go, see the judge. That is not what's going to happen. It's going to come up with basically an informational notice, okay, that...
Verbal notice?
No, it'd be in writing, that a condition of community decay appears to exist on this property, okay, and then specify basically as to what that condition is. All right, and then, and that will be the first notice that they get.
Yes.
Justin Harrison, I'm a fellow citizen, but I'm intrigued with the materials you were saying you were going to send out. I think those are fantastic, and that's the first I've heard of this. I think a lot of people in town are just catching wind of kind of there's more rules in place, and this is more control over my personal space and my property. So I'm more intrigued at what's going to be going on proactively to get people involved, because I think that gives it that's the other side of the coin again, that other people aren't seeing, I think. And I agree that there definitely needs to be a bare minimum of cleanliness, especially within city limits and especially in high profile areas. And this is a very fair way to go about it, I think. But then how are we taking care of that other side? I'm more interested in the materials we're sending out, what companies and people within the community are involved, and what kind of solutions there are.
The first is the junk vehicle assistance that's available from the county, absolutely at no charge, which is just wonderful. And they will come, they will remove your vehicle. They'll remove anything that has a VIN on it still. So if you've got a piece of a vehicle big enough to have a VIN on it, they'll come and they'll remove it for you. There's also we have been talking as a city and crew about what else can be done, and certainly beautification days. One of the things that we would allow to happen is that people would take and say, well, I'm not able to take and to do this cleaning myself. And I think you're going to find that with the elderly quite often. And if they have no one to help them in their family, that's a very real, it's a very real issue. And we can take and sign them up for beautification days, and then a sign cruise. And we have a wonderful participation for beautification days, and people that are simply looking for areas to clean up and to help with. So I think that may even be something that we talked with Rita Lundgren about, and might become an emphasis for beautification days for this next year or so.
That was some interesting footage.
Yes, it was. And be sure to catch the next episode of Only in Sanders County, which will feature as much of this important city council meeting as you can handle.
Now let's go to a guy who will be feeling the effects of the outcome of the decisions made by the city council much longer than either of us will. Our weather guy, Conrad Jenkins, who has our look at next week's weather.
For next week.
Take it away, Conrad.
Hello, I'm Conrad Jenkins! And this is your look at next week's weather for next week. Sorry about the backpack, I didn't have time to take it off. I'm in summer school. Wednesday showers, 52 the high, 45 the low. Thursday showers, 55 the high, 45 the low. Friday, a few showers, 69 the high, 47 the low. Saturday, a few isolated thunderstorms, 76 the high, 50 the low. Sunday, scattered thunderstorms, 74 the high, 51 the low. Monday, isolated thunderstorms, 74 the high, 51 the low. And Tuesday, partly cloudy, 78 the high, 52 the low. I'm Conrad Jenkins. That's the weather. Back to you.
Thank you, Conrad. Perfect as always.